making a Smackdown review and AEW Collision review. I'm going to do both reviews. I'm going to talk about what happened last night on Smackdown, and I will talk about what happened tonight on AEW Collision and Battle of the Belts. Alright, so this is, but first I will talk about SmackDown. I just want to say thank you for watching, thank you for all the support. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please. Subscribe to my channel. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes, 100 views. Hopefully someone watching. My video is sponsored by JD from New York, Solomon the Sound Off, Fightful Pro Wrestling, Just Alex, the Good Micro Commentaries, and all my favorite podcasters out there. Alright, so there's a lot that I will be talking about today. Alright, so how do you get damn it. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna talk about SmackDown. Alright, hold on. I actually want to skip this. Alright, so here's SmackDown. So this is what happened last night on SmackDown. So I will go through all the things. SmackDown wasn't that good. There was something that I liked, something I didn't like, something I didn't care for. SmackDown, it opened up with Charlotte and Bianca. Charlotte said that Bianca will beat Asuka. I said Belair will beat Asuka and face her at SummerSlam. Now, these two had a decent promo back and forth. As you guys know, we got Bianca and Asuka in the main event for SmackDown for the Women's Champion. I keep saying Women's Champion. It's the WWE Women's Champion. All right, so that was the opening segment with Charlotte and Bianca, and Asuka was backstage looking. Asuka feel like an afterthought. The build going into it is Bianca and Charlotte, and I think they will have a feud, probably after SummerSlam. After that, we did get Sheamus and Riz Holland taking on Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly won. It was an okay match. It was decent. I'm glad the way how Pretty Deadly have been booked have been a lot better than their one in NXT. At least, I mean, I'm not a fan of the gimmick, but they've been doing pretty good so far. Sheamus and Riz Holland, it looked like the Brawling Brutes are going nowhere. They really haven't backed down on the Brawling Brutes. They're taking a step back on them. Um, what else? We did get Bailey defeating Zelina Vega. This match went 2 minutes, but it wasn't about the match. I mean, Bailey beat Zelina in 2 minutes. Zelina been on a losing streak for a while. It looks like she may go back to a jobber. I did feel bad. She's an LWO, but she's not doing anything. But Bailey got the win, and then we saw Shotzi Blackheart. So it looked like Shotzi Blackheart getting a character change on TV. And under Shotzi shares, because she cut the promo backstage on SmackDown, where Shotzi Blackheart was because Shotzi Blackheart, she's obviously because last week Shotzi Blackheart got attacked by Bailey and Io. Bailey cut her hair, and now in this segment, in this promo, Shotzi shaved her head bald. She shaved her head. Now the other reason why she did this is because Shotzi Blackheart, her sister had cancer. She had, I think, a chemotherapy. And when you have cancer, they always shave your head bald. So that's the other reason why she did this. I didn't know that. I didn't know the other sister. I don't pay attention to the WWE watch their personal life. But I didn't know this. A lot of people didn't know that, and some people were sitting on this. But now we know her sister had cancer. Now, I hope his symptoms are right and hopes he gets better. Wish for the best of luck. But this 7 was alright. I mean, it looked like Shotzi getting a new character change. I don't know if she's gonna be a heel or a babyface. I don't see how this is gonna get her over. She's been the main roster for like what, like 2 years, maybe 3 years. No, I think it's 2 years. Yeah, well, I think it might be 2.5 years. But she hasn't done anything really. She done nothing on Smackdown. Hopefully, they does something, but I doubt it. This might be a short-term feud for Bailey. Maybe it'll sky over. I don't know. But that was that. All right. After that, um we get we got a pretty good segment with the Bloodline. There was no Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman said that Roman Reigns will be on the show next week, and they'll have a face-off with Jey Uso, probably to announce them after SummerSlam. They said they'll do a rules of engagement, so I guess they'll announce the rules. Probably a stipulation in their match. But we got Jey Uso attacking Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa. This was a pretty decent segment. Paul Heyman said that it's all Jey Uso's fault that he pulled the trigger. He said fault that Jimmy was taken out. Last week. Like last week, the whole Bloodline segment went 40 minutes, and Roman and Solo took out Jimmy. Jimmy sold the attack. He went into the ambulance. So I guess he's gonna be off TV for a while. We might see him at SummerSlam. But it looks like they are. It looks like they're setting up. They did tease something with Solo and Jay here. When Jay and Solo they went face to face, Solo told Jay, "I will never forgive you." Then they started fighting. Then he super kicked him. He also super kicked Paul Heyman, which got a big pop from the crowd. And then he hit Solo with steel chairs, and that's how the segment ends. The plan is, and these were reported by, I believe, Fightful and Wrestle. They said that they're setting up the next pay per view, Payback, Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa, and I guess maybe they've made up tension with Solo. That's what they're setting up. I thought the segment was decent. I can't wait for next week. Next week, SmackDown's on FS1, so hopefully that's when they announce the match for SummerSlam. I don't know what they're waiting for. I, I hate how they're dragging it out, but I do love the build. I love the storyline. Now after that, we did get a fatal four-way United States Championship interventional. Santos Escobar versus Butts versus AJ Styles versus Grayson Waller. This was a pretty good match. I enjoyed this match. Now going into this, a lot of people thought it was gonna be Grayson Waller because he getting the big push. He getting over. He had he wrestled his first match last week against Edge, and Edge put him over. I mean, the way how they booking Grayson Waller, like he showed up at Money in the Bank. He had that 7 with John Cena. Then he wrestled his first match with Edge in a pretty good match. Edge put him over, and it looked like they had plans for Grayson Waller. He also got into some social media drama with The Rock, and during a promo, he also used he also said The Rock catchphrase by saying, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking," I don't know why. Um, they are pushing Grayson Waller. It looks like that Grayson Waller, maybe he may be in the mid card. I don't know. But Grayson Waller, I'm sorry, Santos Escobar won. Shockingly, I was not expecting Santos to win this match. I thought it could be Grayson Waller. But Santos is, I think he's the only babyface. It could have been AJ, but it could be Santos. So Santos is the only babyface. And the reason why, because next week we have another fatal four-way for the United States Championship Interventional with LA Knight, Cameron Grimes, Rey Mysterio, and Sheamus. That's next week. And the winner of that match will face Santos Escobar in 2 weeks. and the winner will face Austin Theory for the United States Championship. Hopefully at SummerSlam. I think they're setting up LA Knight. LA Knight kind of promo. Now, Cameron Grimes, Sheamus, and Rey Mysterio, they all had backstage promos. Rey Mysterio promo I didn't like, because I didn't like how they were. I didn't like how her promo was, but LA Knight was the only one who came out to an entrance and got a big pop from the crowd. LA Knight is madly over the crowd behind him. They love LA Knight. He proclaims he will be champion before a explosive. What? It's explosive what? It said something. I don't know. Explosive crowd. Oh, okay. So hopefully that's where it's leading to. LA Knight. I hope. I think LA Knight will win it. LA Knight is a heel, but he's a beloved heel. He's getting cheered like a baby for the crowd way behind LA Knight. He will win the Fatal 4-Way next week, and I think he will beat Santos. I think LA Knight is the right guy, and we can finally get the title off Austin Theory because Austin Theory have been an afterthought since WrestleMania. He's done nothing with the title. He had no one to feud with, and the crowd didn't know how to react to Austin Theory. I think it's time he loses the belt to LA Knight. If this doesn't lead to LA Knight winning that title from Theory, then I don't know what we're doing. Don't waste LA Knight. And I hope it's on SummerSlam. That will be good for SummerSlam card. And give LA Knight his moment with the US title. So yeah, I think LA Knight will win. After that, we did get this segment with Bobby Lashley wants a private discussion with the Street Profits. So the Street Profits were waiting for someone to come out this limo. Bobby Lashley came out this limo, and he brought them in the limo. It looked like they're setting up a fashion with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Is it going to be the new Hurt Business? Is it the Hurt Business 2.0? Bobby Lashley had been off TV for like 2 months. Ever since he was drafted, he hadn't been on TV for like 2 months. Bobby Lashley needs something to do. It's about time we do something with the Street Profit because they've been they've been getting stale and they've been the same way for like a few years now. Maybe it's time we change their characters or their gimmick. Maybe we turn them heel with Bobby Lashley. They may build up a faction. Maybe they might be the new Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley even said he wants to get back with the Hurt Business. It could have been Cedric or Shelton, but since they're jobbers on Raw and they're going nowhere and not over, they might get released. I feel bad for them. I don't think the Hurt Business are ever broken up, but they did. And Shelton and Cedric are jobbers. But Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, this might be a good pairing. It will get the Street Profits over. It gives them something. They might change their gimmick. Maybe they might turn them heel. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully they tell this story because this does look interesting. And finally, the main event of the show, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. The match went 9 minutes. The match was pretty much the same as last week. Last week we had Charlotte and Asuka. That's not last week. It was the same thing at 2 weeks. 2 weeks on the Go Home show. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. Actually, it was 2 weeks where we had Charlotte and Asuka, and that match ended in a DQ because Charlotte interfered, because Bianca interfered when she came from the crowd, and then Io and Bayley they teased the cast in. Here they did the exact same thing. Charlotte came from the crowd. She bought a ticket. I thought it was stupid. I don't know why he would send Charlotte out there to buy a ticket, but she came out there, and then Io and Bayley they come in. Io teased the cast in. Charlotte got involved. She accidentally speared Bianca. The match ended in a DQ, and then they started brawling. Io Sky teasing the cast in. Then this is what made Io and Bayley look really stupid. So they're in the ring. Oscar's on the ground. She's laying there. Bayley tried to cast in. She told the referee She casting in. Io Sky is on the turnbuckles. He's on the top rope. She's taunting, looking like an idiot. Instead of going after Oscar, trying to weaken her opponent, she's standing there on the turnbuckle. And while Bailey telling the referee to cast in, Oscar gets up. She sprays mist into Bailey, and then she escaped the ring. Io Sky gets down the turnbuckle, and like what? To me, that was stupid. It made her look like a freaking idiot. Now, they've been teasing Io Sky with her trying to cast in. Io Sky might be the perfect candidate to fail a cast in because they mentioned that every woman has successfully cast in. No one has failed a cast in. Io Sky might be the perfect candidate. Now, if she does cast in, she'll be a transitional champion. Because Asuka, you know she's a transitional champion. I'd be shocked if she retains at SummerSlam. You know that Charlotte can win that belt, and then they'll do Charlotte and Bianca. I think Io Sky might cast in, and maybe that's going to be the downfall for Damage Control. Maybe Io might turn on Bailey. I think that's where they're leading. If not, then I don't know what we're doing. Alright, so it looks like that was it. It looks like that was Smackdown. Alright. Now I can talk about AEW Collision. AEW Collision. I think these were the matches for AEW. I think there were like 3 matches on the show. We had an epic tag team with the Bullet Club and FTR. This match went like an hour. This took up an hour of the show. This may have lasted like an hour. It started at 8, it ended, I think, at 8:50. It was like an hour. This was a 5-star classic. This was an awesome match. That opened the show, took up an hour. It was a pretty good match. Let's see who won this match. Alright, hold on. So hold on. There was a great tag team match. Very long tag team match. Alright. So he tapped out. FTR win by submission. That was a pretty good match. That was a banger. After that, we did get Ruby Soho versus Widow in the finals of the tournament. How long did this match? It was given a pretty good time. She beat Ruby Soho. Widow beat Ruby. And the power went off. They put a pretty good match. And Tony Khan, he raised her hand. She now won the tournament. So I guess Widow, she won the Owen Hart tournament for the woman. That they celebrate with the confetti. Tony Khan raised her hand. It really propelled her, and it was a pretty good match. Alright, after that, we did get the King of Black Drones. We got Malachi Black and Brody King in action. Kings of the Black Throne, Brody King, the Donnie Jordan. Obviously, they did win. House of Black won this. Andrade, he came out. We all know that they were gonna win. There were only like 4 matches on this card. AEW Collision was like 2 hours. Really, it was 2 hours and only 4 matches. Probably could have the tag team match for like an hour. So we did get CM Punk and Ricky Starr with the main event of the tournament. Shockingly, Ricky Starr won. Ricky Starr, he beat CM Punk in tonight's main event, and this was a pretty good match. I love the ending where they did the roll up and Ricky Starr grabbed the rope and he rolled up CM Punk and won. He won in shocking fashion. They both a pretty good match. This was a pretty good match. Wait. Hold on. So after Collision was over, we did get AEW Battle of the Belt. Hold on. I think there were 3 matches on here because it was like an hour. Hold on, I'm trying to get to this match. So the main event of the Battle of the Belt was what's his name? I forgot the guy's name. Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus retains. So he retained Christian Cage celebrate with Luchasaurus. And that was it. So we do have next week on Wednesday, AEW Dynamite, Blood and Guts. We have the Golden Elite versus Blackpool Combat Club. And that, well, I think that was it. That was Collision. It was pretty good. Alright.
I mean, usually the show's I can't.
I see how Pro starts working instantly. With 2 extra pain relievers.
Can't get him too cool.
Alright. Might as well just skip that. Alright.
A long match, and this had to have been one of the longest televised matches in a long time. And of course, I'm not talking about pay-per-view, just talking about free TV. I remember.
Yeah. I do think that Collision is better than Dynamite. A lot better than Dynamite.
The type of reaction. Even
Now let's see what the other podcasters are saying. Let's see what JD from New York has to say.
going on, man.
not much, man. How you feel, bro?
I don't know, man. I feel good. I feel good, especially after a great show, man. Normally with these types of shows, I don't even know how to go about reviewing something that we just saw tonight with FTR and Bullet Club Gold, but we'll try our best. But man, what a show tonight. You got double duty tonight over there, man. You're watching Impact. Have you been keeping up on the results? I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I see something major happened over here.
Well, I've closed my chat for the night.
Oh boy.
I did have a couple of people just felt it necessary to come into an AEW stream and spew off Impact spoilers.
Oh, so you don't know what happened over there yet?
Oh no, I caught that Trinity won the title.
Ah, okay. That's the only thing I care about, man. So congratulations to our girl Trinity. We love Trinity.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And you know what, man? That's not really a surprise. I think that was probably the best business decision for them to make. Because she's got the biggest name value, the biggest name recognition. I mean, it would be foolish to not give her the championship there and be the face of that division.
No. I mean, of course. I just didn't know if she was going to get it now or if she was going to go through a chase. Because either way, it would have actually worked out fine. Because she did just get here. The build was very lackluster. So if she would have lost this and they would have turned it to a chase to the next pay-per-view, I mean, it entirely would have had my interest.
Yeah.
But I get it. You know, she is the top female on the brand right now, and she should be champion. So all is right.
Yeah, I'm excited about where she goes with that championship, man. What a fucking completely different environment it's been with Trinity in that division. I've been keeping tabs on what's going on over there. What a complete 180 from where she was last year, bro, when everybody was claiming that, oh my God, they did WWE so dirty, man. Fuck those bitches.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, I mean, give me a break. Come on. Now she's getting an opportunity to do what she wanted to do in WWE, but can't because WWE's so fucking blinded by the same 4 fucking women every single week.
She gets to lead the division. She gets to express her creativity. She gets to do what she would like to do in the ring. She gets to show that she can lead a division. I mean, it's probably everything she actually really wanted right now, and probably the reason she decided to not come to AEW at least right away.
Yeah,
because they need her. The division is great, and she can help them. So, from all accounts, I can tell that she was embraced. I mean, they love her back there, and everything is going great. So I'm hoping everything continues to pan out for Trinity. I'm a big fan, and not only her, man. I mean, you give them shit here and there, but Impact is actually doing pretty fantastic stuff.
Right no, man, you know, listen, man, whatever. If anybody takes what I say like that seriously, man, I mean, you just don't get my sense of humor. Everybody takes the wrestling community is nothing but soft, fucking marshmallowy fucking virgins, dude. I mean, they don't. Everything that you say here, bro, they'll take to the fucking grave and they'll fucking haunt you till kingdom come. Yeah. I don't believe he said that. I don't believe it. He's a terrible human being. He should die. I mean, give me a break, bro. I mean, listen, Impact, dude, the roster's impressive. The roster is great.
The roster is, I mean, the thing, I've said this in the past, and right now I continue to say it. The vibe I get from Impact right now is very, very reminiscent of the Black and Gold NXT. The small, I mean, just intimate crowds. I mean, and the feeling you get when you.
I do agree.
Size, I mean, it's kind of like imagine the promos from NXT back in the day. I mean, there's a lot of silence, but there was a lot of clear.
Yeah.
So when they made that noise, they made sure that you felt it and everything else, man. And then their storylines and the wrestling's always good. The women's division is the best in the world. No one denies that. I mean, they're actually doing some fantastic shit. Yeah. And on that note, while we're talking about it, Slammiversary was tonight. Obviously, I will be covering it live in a post-show review tomorrow morning. I'm not exactly sure the time, so follow me on Twitter, and you guys can find all that out.
Yep, there you go. Thank you. So Jesse's doing double duty tonight, keeping tabs on Slammiversary, keeping tabs on Collision. And we will be getting into tonight's festivities here, man. What a show tonight, Collision. Yeah, you know, pretty good. This is 5 weeks in a row, bro. Tony Khan's got a winner on his hands. The ratings might not, you know, signify that to the fucking simpletons and geeks out there. But Collision has produced the best in-ring action so far in the 5 weeks. 5 weeks, they've been the best wrestling show on TV, bar none. And, I mean, if tonight was any indication about what the talent and that roster possesses, man, holy fucking shit. But, you know, we love tag team wrestling. We love FTR. So no matter what they do, we'll praise what they do regardless. I mean, they are legitimately probably the best tag team of our generation, one of the best tag teams of all time. Man, I know you told me you didn't expect it to go 60 minutes, but it damn near went 60 minutes. You didn't anticipate a fucking Iron Man match out here, but
Nah,
2 out of 3 falls, bro. Listen, you know, Dax and Cash, they are just masters, and I mean absolute fucking masters of their craft. The last time, bro, they had a 2 out of 3 falls match in Canada was against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa of DIY. Still, to me, the greatest WWE tag team match ever. Nothing will touch that. Nothing they ever do over there will touch that match. It lives with me till the grave. Best tag team match ever. Man, they came fucking close tonight. Some people might think that they did what they did tonight better than what they did in Toronto at TakeOver Toronto. Absolutely a fucking masterpiece of a tag team match tonight.
Yeah, no. I mean, I can't put it up there with that one just because the story, it was nowhere near the same level as the one of NXT.
Yeah.
You know, but bell to bell, it was a fantastic match.
2 out of 3 falls. I was actually at one point in the match, and I hope nobody fucking gets mad at me for this one, but I was hoping that fucking Juice and Jay White were going to win the titles, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I wanted them to win at one point during the match. I'm like, man, you know, I didn't anticipate Bullet Club Gold to come in here and make. Listen, I didn't anticipate them to come in here and make an impact. Really, I thought they were just going to be another novelty act, and Tony Khan was just like, "Oh, I got Bullet Club. You know, let me use the Bullet Club name." Man, they are making a fucking statement in AEW to a point where they may actually do some of the best shit that you see in AEW all year. Them, especially Juice and Jay White with the guns. We haven't seen the guns since joining, but man, they are. Putting them on Collision was one of the best decisions that Tony Khan has ever made. They needed to break out. They needed to feel special. They needed to, you know, get some TV time away from them where Dynamite is just so fucking crowded. Collision is working wonders already, man. The soft brand split, Jay White and Juice are definitely, you know, feeling that, and it was just a brilliant move by Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how can you complain though, man? I mean, but at the same time, I also was kind of hoping that Bullet Club won.
Yeah.
Only because they're not really doing anything with the titles. They're really not doing anything with the titles.
I mean, maybe not. Who knows? You know, I don't want to sit here and tell you that they're not doing anything with the titles. I mean, we had an eliminator match last week, which was fucking great. 2 out of 3 falls match this week, which was fucking absolutely a classic. I mean, they're doing something with the tag team titles. I don't know where they go now. Maybe we get a third match. I mean, a third match.
Yeah.
I would love to see. I could watch these guys wrestle every fucking week.
Yeah.
But
Don't say that.
you know, the tag team division. Listen, we've talked about it. The tag team division is a little weak. It really is. I mean, you can't do everything with Bullet Club and FTR. You got the House of Black tonight. The Kings of the Black Throne wrestled in a throwaway tag team match.
Yeah.
They could vie for the tag team titles at some point. The tag team division needs some help. It needs some rehabilitation. And hopefully what we're seeing right now gets AEW on the ball to fix it.
Here's the shitty part. It doesn't really need help. All it needs is attention.
Yeah.
All it needs is a little focus. All
Yeah.
it need when you say it needs help, it makes it sound like, oh man, they need to get some tag teams in it. They need to get some talent. They have everything.
They have everything, man.
Just give them the attention that they need.
But now the trios. We thought the trios titles were going to be like, all right, they're going to push the trios titles. They got House of Black on this show, and we haven't even seen anything with the trios titles as of late. So it's like, all right, we got this tag team division that you're not really focusing on. Now you're not focusing on the trios championships. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you can't just keep both of them on the back burner and then present them when you want. I mean, they should both be flourishing divisions. Seriously, they got so much talent; it's inexcusable.
Yeah.
They say, man, they choose to focus on the trios division. They can't focus on both at the same time. You're asking too much.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. We're gonna go over what happened in the match. It was a fucking unbelievable match, and I think if you want to tell me that was the match of the year, I'm not going to debate you. I'm not going to argue with you. But there's a lot of match of the year candidates coming out of AEW. I mean, they may be taking up most of the top 10 at this rate. So unbelievable match with those 4 men. Absolutely 2 of the best tag teams on the face of the planet right now, FTR and Bullet Club Gold. The other shocker of the evening tonight, Jesse, this was a It's basically a two-match show. It was bookended by the tag team title match in the open, and then Ricky Starks and CM Punk in the close for the Owen. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I have been very vocal about not wanting to see CM Punk lose because of the whole thing with the red bag. He already said on day one, on episode 1, whoever pins me for this is now going to be able to fill my shoes. Until then, you can't. And tonight, Ricky Starks pinned him, so I guess Ricky Starks is the fucking man, right? Ricky Starks won the Owen tonight. He did cheat to win, as he had a leverage pin and held the rope, which the referee did see. Bryce Rensburg was looking right at him. I don't know what the fuck he was looking at, but he looked at a cheater win and steal the Owen Hart Cup from CM Punk. Ricky Starks at the end of it, Jesse, runs up the ramp, celebrates, grabs the trophy from Jushin Thunder Liger, who was out there, and ran immediately to the back. They sent this fucking poor guy out there to present the trophy, and he didn't even get a handshake out of it. And Ricky Starks, bro, showing a little bit of heel tendencies, man. Are we looking at a heel turn for Ricky Starks here in AEW?
No. I think that made him a babyface, from what I can tell.
Well, he did get a babyface reaction tonight with the mixed fucking bag of reaction that CM Punk got tonight, man. My God, there were more boos than anything in that fucking crowd. In Calgary, right?
Mixed my ass. It was mixed at about the intros. That was about it. That was it. Everybody who was a CM Punk fan gave up during the match because all of the haters made lots more noise during the match.
Art advocate. Right, you figured that he'd be showered with some respect and some love.
Yeah,
And like, he's one of us. He likes our boys, Bret
Yeah.
Hart, right? But I mean, they didn't give a shit about that at all.
Calgary is a marked town, man. They know they are a smart city. You can't dangle kayfabe
Yeah.
in front of them and think they don't know what the hell is going on in real life.
Yeah.
So it's the kind of city. It's like Chicago. It's like New York. You know, it's one of those cities you go there and they're gonna tell you what they think about you. They're not gonna tell you what they think about the story angles going on. I mean, and unless there's nothing else going on, but there's something else pressing, they're gonna let you know. You know, they're gonna let you know. You think you can go back to Montreal, 6 months after the screw job, and then just dangle some kayfabe and think they're not gonna remember what the fuck you did to Brett? Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, these towns know. They know. That's why when he come to Chicago, he's the biggest baby face on the planet. I think they pumped themselves full of a little bit of too much machismo, thinking that, oh, see, look at the cheers he's getting here in Chicago for the last 3 nights. Yeah, because you haven't left Chicago since he came back.
Yeah, and they'll be right back there for an entire fucking week at the end of August, going into September.
They're going to live in Chicago to keep Punk a baby face.
I mean, listen, all out is basically sold out already. I mean, they're on their way to selling that fucking place out. So it's like, you know, they know what they're doing. You know why they go back to Chicago. So ticket sales are showing that. But you made an interesting point, Jesse, when you were texting me during the show tonight. You said that CM Punk can't be happy with these types of reactions that he's getting. Now, I am in the camp of, I think CM Punk loves it. You also feel Tony Khan doesn't really like the type of reaction. You even went a step further and said Warner Brothers Discovery doesn't like these types of reactions, or they can't like it because this is basically the face of the company. This is the face of this new show that needs to be successful and is riding on the back of CM Punk. Now, I told you that, yes, Warner might not be happy. Tony Khan, you know, he might feel, you know, hot one day and cold the next about it. He might not like it. He might hate it. I don't know. Or he might like it. Who the fuck knows? He's a mark for this thing. He's the biggest fan of what he does. And CM Punk, you know, I think he relishes in this type of behavior. But the thing is, with him getting these types of reactions, it's certainly making a statement for his return. It just feels important when he's back. The type of reaction that he elicits is going to make everything around him feel important.
Yeah.
And you know, we know that he should turn heel, but you can't blatantly just do that. And like I said, the fans are not stupid, bro.
He already did.
We live in a day of social media, bro. I mean, the fans are not stupid. What you saw come out of All Out, you either liked what he did or you hated what he did. Most of the people did not like what he did because they feel like it put a blemish on the company. And we live in a day and age where nothing gets by the fans on social media, bro. So when you read that, These are the people that are on social media. These fans in attendance tonight in Calgary. So they're gonna respond the way that they know how to, by booing.
So to answer you before I get into because they want
gauge on what to do here. Because I do agree with you that if we are constantly sending Punk out there and we are getting different cities here in the United States and he's getting boos, overwhelming boos, then at that point we have a problem and you should not ignore it. You should not. To me personally, one of the biggest mistakes a promoter can make is deviating away from what the fans want. If they are telling you that they don't like CM Punk, then you should not be presenting CM Punk in a hero's way where it's coming off like the company's forcing him down your throat and you need to like them or need to like whoever, him, them, whoever they're pushing at the top. If he's being booed, then embrace the fucking hate. I never really understood that. That's what Roman, that's what Jesse's saying. It kind of is leading towards him feeling like a babyface Roman. WWE ignored that for 7 years. And they never did anything with it, and they pretended like we didn't exist. Tony Khan cannot do that with his audience. So he's going to have to be, on top of this. If Punk is getting consistent boos 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row, and nobody wants to cheer him, you got to turn him heel.
You got to turn him heel. It's not the worst thing in the world, man. It's really not. If you're going to boo him, great. Have him do some fucked up shit that deserves to be booed. And now the boos make sense. People. I see people say, "Oh, but Punk really enjoys this." No, he doesn't.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
No. Okay, no, he doesn't. Now, heel Punk loves being a fucking heel. He loves being a fucking dick. That's what I mean. He's great at. He's great at being a heel. But if his job is to go out there and be the baby face, and he's not doing that, you can't love that. Maybe any other person on the roster, maybe there's not.
Yeah.
There, I mean, the show exists because of him, and the crowd don't like him.
I do agree. I agree.
50 in reactions because of the way he was poorly booked.
From CM Punk at the end of the match, instead of him being angry, he just sat there shocked, and then he went over to go hug David Benoit, and that was it. Who was sitting front row. Ricky Starks ran out of there like a bat out of hell, took the trophy, didn't say anything to Jushin Thunder Liger. People are already predicting that he's turning heel. I mean, it could go either way. We don't know. That's the great thing about this show, because it's just unpredictable. But it's something that I think they made the right decision on. I didn't want Punk to lose. I didn't, but I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that Ricky Starks winning is the wrong decision. I think Ricky Starks winning should be embraced. The only thing that you and I questioned, I think we talked about it last week, is Ricky Starks going to be with AEW for the long term? Is Tony Khan going to give the trophy to somebody? No, Starks absolutely.
All right. Guess I will probably end the video.
Sure.
The move is great.
So, as you guys know, Impact Wrestling, we had Trinity. She wins the title. Josh Alexander returns. Trinity, she won a title. I think she won the Impact Women's Champion.
Okay, so what do you get when you take a Chinese American boy from Ohio who moves to Shanghai and then
Now, I don't want Impact Wrestling, but I don't want Impact Wrestling, but Alex Shelley, Trinity won the knockout title. That was at the Impact Slamboree.
Julia Hart's match from last week, a squash match from last week, and then we cut back, and it's Ian Riccaboni at the commentators table saying, "Hey, welcome back, everybody. We realize that we had some technical difficulties. There's a bad storm going on, but thanks for coming back."
Okay. Well, get down there.
This crowd loves pro wrestling. You don't need to try so hard. You don't need to do the fucking risky shit to, ensure a great match. You can have a great match, like Jesse said. This roster is so fucking talented that they don't need to do all the extra bells and whistles to get a great match across because these fans are going to enjoy what you do anyway. As long as what we saw tonight happened, and it happens in moderation with that FTR and Bullet Club match as an example, you don't need to do too much. People just want to see pro wrestling and they want to be excited about the story that you're telling. Just do that. Keep it simple. But yeah, that was the big story coming out of AEW. The other big story is, and I texted this to Jesse because I did predict that maybe he would be better off in WWE and working out. And now rumors are circulating that he may be on his way to NXT.
Well, that was JD from New York. Um, I am Mr. Blackhammer 2021. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Um, I will be back with more videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.